Colorado Center presents many excellently produced shows featuring such name stars as Roger Williams, Nat King Cole, Harry Belafonte, Marlene Dietrich, Van Cliburn, and many others. The International Center was designed to provide convention facilities for groups numbering up to 2,400. Penrose Stadium is the locale of many horse shows and riding shows, and of the community-wide Fun Fest, the annual Pikes Peak or Bust Rodeo. Golfing is an activity that may be enjoyed through every season in the Pikes Peak area. The Broadmoor, Kissing Camels, and other courses are meticulously maintained for golfing at its best throughout the year, every year. Only on rare occasions does inclement weather prevent golfing for more than a day or two. Many good riding trails lace the mountains, plains, and foothills. And winding along the trail on horseback is perhaps the most fitting way to savor the color of this most colorful western region. For the angler, tumbling crystal clear streams and snow-fed lakes in the nearby mountains abound in husky game fish, lake trout, German browns, and many others, including the incomparable rainbow trout. Bordering Colorado Springs is a natural park named the Garden of the Gods. Here, with just a little imagination, you can see the Kissing Camels, Sir Harry Lauder, also known as the Scotchman, the famous Balanced Rock, and many other examples of nature's sculpture. A ride on the Manitou Incline is always thrilling. As the car rises, a broad vista opens before your eyes. The summit of Pikes Peak, America's most famous mountain, can be reached by riding the Cog Railway, by driving the exciting auto highway, or for sturdy hikers, by foot trail. However you choose to get there, at the summit you are rewarded by a view that extends for hundreds of miles in all directions. On the lower slopes of Pikes Peak, a real treat for children, Santa Claus's North Pole Village, a fairyland town of picturesque shops and displays. A miniature railroad takes off from the Broadmoor Lagoon and climbs to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Rated as one of the top 10 zoological parks in the United States, Cheyenne Mountain Zoo has over 700 animals quartered in scrupulously clean pens and cages. The next stop is at the Will Rogers Shrine of the Sun, a memorial to the great American humorist. The cliff dwellings present a look backwards in time. Here at the cliff dwellings, real Indians help recall part of that past by performing authentic Indian dances and chants. Tumbling, splashing Seven Falls nestles at the end of a box canyon, sometimes described as the grandest mile of scenery in Colorado. These are just a few of the things that make the Pikes Peak region attractive to vacationers. People who live here enjoy them all the time, for all of them are in the immediate area. Colorado College in downtown Colorado Springs is recognized as one of the most outstanding and progressive liberal arts colleges in the United States. The Fine Arts Center offers cultural programs in all the arts, exhibits, plays, operas, films, dancing, sculpture, and painting. You may choose the role of spectator or learn and participate. Though most visitors know Colorado Springs as a tourist town, it surprises many to learn of the great number and diversity of industries located here. The extraordinarily clean air, low humidity, and year-round moderate weather offer concrete advantages to industries requiring dust, temperature, and humidity control to fine tolerances, such as the manufacture and assembly of critical electronic components. Several such industries are presently operating at peak efficiency in the Peak region. This region, so centrally located, has drawn the attention of the men who lead the military destinies of our country. Fort Carson, one of the largest permanent Army installations, is located just south of Colorado Springs. Ent Air Base and Peterson Field headquarters here, and NORAD, the nerve center and heart of the North American Air Defense System, has its headquarters deep within the granite fastness of Cheyenne Mountain. Just a few miles north of Colorado Springs is the United States Air Force Academy. Encompassing almost 20,000 acres, the Air Force Academy is, in effect, a city in itself. The cadet area abounds in superlative examples of advanced architecture and consists of the cadets' quarters, classrooms, gymnasiums, parade grounds, an observatory, auditorium, and the beautiful chapel. 2 million visitors each year, thrilled watching the cream of American youth as they march in matchless precision in their daily formations. Only the best can qualify for admission to the academy, and only the best of the best graduate in the stirring ceremonies at the end of their 4-year training and education. One of the things that most favorably impresses visitors to Colorado Springs is the great width of the streets. Traffic through the city moves smoothly and swiftly along these streets at all hours and all seasons. Residents need allow only a few minutes of their time each day for travel time, thus allowing them more leisure time, enjoying all the pleasures the region provides so bountifully. William Jackson Palmer, Civil War general and railroad pioneer, founded the city, and it burgeoned to life during the hectic, historic Pikes Peak Gold Rush. There are tales of Indian attacks and other hardships suffered by pioneer settlers, of those who didn't make it to Pikes Peak, and of those who did. Tales of the progress of transportation, from the early narrow gauge railroad days, including the struggles for power of railroad giants for the right-of-way through unbelievably majestic Royal Gorge. The gold was actually mined on the western slope of Pikes Peak in the brawling, lusty gold camp of Victor, Cripple Creek, and Goldfield. Here, Jack Dempsey worked as a mucker. Gallagher and Sheehan were streetcar men. Texas Guinan introduced her insolent greeting, "Hello, sucker." Groucho Marx delivered meat and groceries. And Lowell Thomas spent a part of his boyhood earning money by knocking on miners' doors to awaken them in time to report for their shifts in the mines. Yes, much history was made in the Colorado Springs area, and history is being made here today. For Colorado Springs is recognized as one of the fastest growing space-age, space-conscious cities in the country. You could become a part of that history. The people of the Pikes Peak region invite you to come see for yourself the many things that make this the place to visit, the place to live. Come as a tourist or vacationer to enjoy all the activities, see the magnificent scenic grandeur. Come as a conventioneer for a convention that will run smoothly with the proper facilities, and whatever your reason, you'll find a warm welcome at America's fastest growing space-age community, Colorado Springs and the Pikes Peak region. This is the place where there is time to live.